And I'm Vicky, and welcome to the School of Pattern Cutting.
In this video we're going to have a chat about some fantastic photographs in the 1972 September issue of L'Officiel, which is a French, very high fashion magazine, still going, and they got some beautiful photography and beautiful outfits.
So we're going to have a look at this specifically to look about how it links to today's fashion.
Yes.
So we've picked these images quite deliberately in this magazine, and there's some great magazines.
Yes.
I think vintage magazines are a really good source of inspiration.
And they're sort of on the face in the 80s, so the photography got a bit tricky to see, but this is a great one for seeing both fashion influence and pattern cutting ideas.
So we've selected about half a dozen images from this.
So this is actually, I think this is actually might be an advert, because at the bottom it always says a designer. So this is Cheryl, and then it says it's velvet, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think it's advertising the fabrics.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
because it says velvet underneath it. So it's very special. Beautiful printed cotton or silk velvet.
So we're just having a look at this image here with these very large, what would you call them, balloon trouser pantaloons, and the fact that it's probably, as it's the 70s, it's probably a jumpsuit, but I thought this could be a very contemporary look for today, especially with the placing of this print on the velvet. So it looks at the bottom and then it grows its way up. So I think
it's very flattering. It's a big print at your feet and then it goes smaller towards your body.
I'm not sure what it would be like actually wearing a velvet jumpsuit, but I think what could be really interesting is how you cut this and how you could look at it, or it could be you could update it by looking at a fitted top, and this could be a very large skirt with almost a tucked in hem. That could be quite exciting.
Also, it might be quite nice if it was, because you can see she has to pull it up to get the beautiful drape, but you might actually like have it all draped down in a finer fabric, isn't it, rather than a velvet.
Or you could cheat like Balenciaga did with his dress, where it makes the shape where it's tied up around your knees underneath, doesn't it?
So you might do, rather than having a drape all the way around, you might have quite a fitted inner trouser, which then it has a second
which pulls
drape.
it up into that balloon. Look. So we've got that image, and then we've selected a few images. We think they're sort of quite Alessandro Michele, is that how you say it? Michele from Gucci.
Oh yes, yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we're having a look at these, because we think they're very sort of Gucci-esque nowadays.
Yes. They're sort of fun furs from the 70s, isn't it? So they're probably real fur. Nowadays you would do it in a fake.
But what I quite like about this is it's the three patterns that go together. So we've got this ribbon check, this Harlequin check, and then this sort of smaller square. And even though they're all, what's interesting about it is the scale changes as you go to the garment. So that shirt, would it work here or would it work here? And I think that's really interesting. And I really like this deep cuff on here.
Yeah, it's very clever how they've used, but just using the same colour and the same principle, which is a geometric repeat, it all matches. Also, it doesn't clash. It clashes, but in a positive way. It's some beautiful pleating of a skirt. Can you see how? So I think it's not cut and bias. I think it's a bias print. So rather than a normal tartan, which is printed woven straight, this is a print at angles. Yeah. And you can see how fantastic, well, nearly fantastically it's matched. So you get that overall. And
I think that's really, I think, you probably wouldn't wear this as an entire outfit, but you could see this updated and you could see this looking really strong on the catwalk.
There's also a really nice sort of stand neck becomes a pussy bow. So if you want to know how to do it, we've got a tutorial on that.
Yeah, that's there. So again, this dress here, well, I think it's a two-piece, is a very similar idea. The fact it's matching fabrics, but it's got this very nice, it's quite a flat collar, isn't it?
Yes.
But with this I think this is a pleated ribbon trim on here. It is,
you're right.
Very nice. And then a bigger pussycat bow. And then
it's the same trim.
And then this folded, it's quite a menswear cuff, isn't it? Where you'd have that's like a cufflink look. Yeah. So that's where you make a cuff that's double in length, isn't it? So that could be something that we could look at.
And again, it's very Gucci, because Gucci, the first collection they did this sort of embroidered and painted.
The trompe l'oeil. So it looked like you had a trim, but you didn't.
But also like the collar, that's like a basic one-piece collar, but it's really nicely fit, so it's quite Balenciaga-like in its fit. Yeah,
and I really like the fact that I'm guessing this is a stay-pressed pleat skirt, so that when you're standing up, that would fall in a very flattering way. So, I quite like the print. I think it's quite exciting. So I picked this one because I thought actually this is accessorised in a very Gucci way. If we look at this, with this over-the-top jewellery and belt, and again emphasising the waist.
It's also quite Chanel, isn't it? It's sort of the jacket is always what he does each season.
Well, this is Yves Saint Laurent. So this is when Yves Saint Laurent is designing for himself and for Chanel. Yeah. So again, you can see those influences, and I think this will be a jacquard woven metallic silk fabric, so very stiff on one hand. So that's why it's really good for making these shapes.
And what's beautiful is how you have quite a fitted vase and like a sculptural hip with these big pockets which have a perfect print match.
Yeah, that there's a little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a seam here, and that's
Really nice
proper
detailing.
couture. And then this is the last image we're going to look at, and I thought it really reminded me of the I think it's Gucci dress that's quite fashionable at the moment, with this all-in-one colour blocking. I mean, if you ignore the turban, which is what dates it, if you think about it, you imagine, look at this with the covered buttons and these very, very elegant fabric. So this is a chiffon overlay, isn't it, here? Because that's got a see-through sleeve. So we've been looking at sleeves with volume.
Yeah.
So that sleeve's got a lot of volume in it.
Yeah, so then it's just gathered into cuffs, and it's quite a low, you can see it's quite a low armhole as well.
Yeah, I think this is very elegant, and I think this is a scarf, but you could do this with a pussycat bow, with your covered buttons, and again a stay pressed pleat
and
top.
Nice pleats there.
Yeah.
So this was our take on the L'Officiel from 1972, which we think is really pertinent for today's fashion. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe so you get all our fashion chats. Thank you for watching.
Thanks.